What is going on, good people of YouTube? I'm ImJslay. Thank you so much for joining me, and wherever you are, I hope you're having a great day. Today we're playing some Madden 21, but before we get into it, if you enjoy the content, leave a like rating, and if you'd like to see more, hit the subscribe button and turn the notification bell on to stay updated with all of my uploads. If you missed our previous video, I'll leave a link in the description of this video for you to go check it out, but in it, we discuss a coin making method that can help you make thousands and thousands of coins to your MUT bank account. So for today's video, as you can tell by the title, by the thumbnail, this is going to be the second part of our Budget Beasts budget cards that you need to be adding to your squad, especially if you're a no money spent team. Now, if you missed the first part, I'll leave a little card at the top right hand side of the screen for you to click on to go check that out. But I show you 6 budget cards, 6 budget items that you need to be adding to your team. We have them broken down in a bracket tier, so everybody's budget's going to be different. I realize that. We have a 15K to 35K bracket, and then we have a 35K to 55K bracket. So keeping the same theme of that, we're going to be doing just the same here today. We're going to be showing you 3 cards in the 15 to 35K bracket, and then 3 cards in the 35 to 55K bracket. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at our first card in the 15 to 35K bracket. So the first card up, as you can see on the screen here, is 81 overall Denzel Ward. Now, Denzel Ward has been on my team since I've purchased the game. I believe I got his power up. I think I unlocked it in a pack, or I opened it in a pack. And what I actually did was I put one of my 62 to 81 overall power-up pass. I put that on Denzel Ward. You get that pretty quick, and at the time, I believe his card was going for about 30K or so. It was kind of expensive. His power-up was pretty expensive also, but he's been on our team since day one. He's currently my slot corner. We'll show you why. His speed for an 81 overall is off the charts. 88 speed, 88 excel, 86 agility. He's got 76 man coverage, so if you are running a lot of the meta defenses right now, man coverage is that, and for 81 overall players, 76 man coverage isn't too terrible. He is going to get beat, though, pretty good, by some of the higher overalls. But he does have 76 press, which is not too bad. I'll tell you right now, though, the guy's going to drop some picks. He only has 59 catching. He's only 5'11", but what I use him for on my defense right now is coming as a blitzing corner. So he's the slot corner. When I call a blitz, when I'm sending more than just the 4-down lineman, Denzel Ward's coming off the edge, and with that 88 speed, it can really help him get to the quarterback and bring him down, faster than say a guy with lower speed, obviously, right? So he's not necessarily playing a lot of coverage. On certain downs, I will actually user control Denzel Ward, just feeling out what my opponent is trying to do. If I want to go into big nickel over G, he is lined up in the slot. A lot of times I'll user him. He's, like I said, he's only 5'11", but I have been able to make some good plays with him. That 88 speed and 88 acceleration helps him to cover a lot of ground on the field. So Denzel Ward, this is a card that you really want to be looking to acquire. He's going for about 13K right now, so this is actually under the 15K budget that we have kind of set for him. So definitely want to look to pick up Denzel Ward on your team. The second player in the 15K to 35K bracket comes to us in the form of 82 overall wide receiver T.Y. Hilton. Yes, we're going over to the offensive side of the ball. T.Y. Hilton was on my roster for the first week to week and a half prior to me upgrading to Stephon Diggs. He does have the route runner archetype, as you can see. So he is going to be pretty good across the board when it comes to route running. Even better if you can throw some of the offensive chemistries on, whether that be go deep, balanced offense, West Coast. Those are going to add, +1 overalls to certain aspects. He does meet the deep running route threshold of 80. Now, that's not 85 where you would really like to be right now, but 80 is pretty solid. He's got 85 speed, which is really good. He meets that threshold there. 81 catching, 79 short route running, 78 medium route running. So when you're first picking up the game, if you are looking for someone who can run those deeper routes, T.Y. Hilton's going to get open for you. He's going to catch the ball too. He's only 5'10", so he's not going to really kind of out jump or out muscle some of the taller corners. Spec catch is decent, but really this is going to just kind of be your guy to stretch the field, right? Obviously, there's some better receivers out there right now if you do have the coins to go spend money on, but T.Y. Hilton was someone that I had a lot of success with within the first week to week and a half of the game, and it's someone that you should look to add to your squad. He's only going for about 20,000 coins right now, as you can see, so that's well within that 15 to 35k bracket. Our final player in the 15 to 35k budget bracket comes to us in the form of 80 overall right tackle Orlando Brown Jr. Now, with every card that I've shown you so far, these are cards that I have used on my team and I've had success with, and that's no different with Orlando Brown here. This is not the sexiest, flashiest pick in the world. This is a big, gritty offensive lineman. But let me tell you something, you're going to need those big, gritty offensive linemen on your team if you want to keep your quarterback upright and if you want to run the ball downfield. Now, Orlando Brown is only an 80 overall, but if we go over and take a look at his attributes, he's plays better in my opinion than what his 80 overall says. For starters, he has 84 strength. Now that can easily get bumped up to 85, which is the threshold that you want, by simply powering him up. Or if you have 5 Ravens players on your team, that's, if you don't want to use Ravens players, just put Orlando Brown and then get 4 backups and put them in at center, left guard, backup middle linebacker, whatever you want to do. But the Ravens theme team is a really good team to kind of play with this year, so you may want to do that. But then if we go on down the line, he's got 79 pass block finesse and 79 pass block power and 75 pass block finesse. He has 78 run blocks. So we're kind of right there at that 80 overall threshold with a couple of those metrics there. Once again, with some of the offensive chemistries, that's not very difficult to get up to that required threshold. He has 84 strength, as we have mentioned already, 80 awareness. So this and if we can see his impact block, he's got 83 impact blocks. So another metric that you may end up being able to get up to that 85 overall threshold. Just as a good offensive lineman, he's solid. If you want to grab his power up, he does get the edge protector. Believe it or not, as an 81 overall card, this right tackle gets edge protector, which is going to help you against some of those edge rushers, some of the the higher overall edge rushers, your Justin Smiths, your Adalius Thomases. It's going to help kind of slow them down to where they don't take over games like they may be able to. There was a tuning recently in the defensive line, in the linebackers, as far as the rush assignments and just the way that they generate pressure. So I haven't necessarily played too much around with, that tune or that patch to kind of see, but I can tell you up until right now, this guy has basically been shutting down the right side of the offense, or the right side of the defense. So this is a card that you really would like to look at picking up to make your offensive line that much better. And if we take a look, he is only going for about 12.3k right now. So that's under the 15k bracket as well. So with some of these cards, you're going to actually have some extra money to spend that you can use to get some higher overalls, or maybe to get 1 or 2 extra players. That's kind of how you want to look at constructing your team and utilizing the coins that you have. Now we're moving on to the 35 to 55k budget bracket. And our first player, he's an old nemesis, 84 overall running back Cam Akers. So I mentioned with Orlando Brown previously, every single card that I've used or that I've shown so far, I've used on my team at some point. I can't say that for Cam Akers. However, I have had Cam Akers used against me plenty of times, and every single time it seems like I cannot stop the guy. Let's take a look at why, because you'll understand that once we show you his attributes. Guy has 88 speed, 91 excel, 89 agility, 82 change of direction. So the guy is literally the definition of a budget card. Don't get so caught up with the carrying. Don't get so caught up with some of his other stats, his strength, his broken tackles, things like that. when he's going to get out in the open field, and when he does, nobody's catching him. Nobody is tracking him down with that 91 acceleration. I haven't seen too many cards at all, especially around the 84 overalls that have 91 excel. So Cam Akers is definitely someone that you want to look to add to your squad. I don't know what his cap hit is as far as if you play. There it is right there, 35, so salary. So if you play salary cap, his cap hit is 35. I don't really know. I haven't looked too much into salary cap just yet. That is a mode that I'm going to be playing, however, pretty regularly, I believe. And I think this is probably going to be my salary cap running back. I'm just so impressed with what I've seen so far from the opposite side, from Cam Akers. It just seems like he has that X factor, right? There are certain cards that are every single year that seem like they play better than others. This one right here is definitely one of them. Cam Akers is a player that you would need to look to adding to your squad. He's only going for 43K right now, so that is definitely within that 55K bracket. If you've got the coins, go and spend them. You can even do the team builder sets to where if you plug in 75 to 79 overall gold players, I believe you need to plug in about 6 of them, and then 2 80 to 82 overall players. You can get a team builder set and go ahead and unlock him without having to spend anything if you've got those extra cards just kind of laying around. But even if you don't, and you want to spend 43.5K, that's well worth it for this card. Our second card in the 35 to 55K budget bracket comes to us in the form of 84 overall strong safety Jeremy Chinn. So we're shifting back over to the defensive side of the ball, and this card right here you really want. No secret here, Jeremy Chinn is one of the better safeties in the game, especially at this 84 overall. You'll see a lot of teams that are, at the 87, 88, 89 overall using Jeremy Chinn still. Let's take a look at why. So he's 6'3" first off. So this has pretty much been my user from the get-go since I got him. I did play a little bit around with Tyrann Mathieu. Spoiler, Tyrann Mathieu is no longer on our team. He lasted about maybe 2 days. I just needed to use those 245K coins that I could sell him for other things. And tomorrow, I'm going to actually have a video where we go over our current no money spent squad. The previous one, we were at 83 overall. As you can see in the top right-hand corner, we're at an 85 overall now. So we've made some big upgrades to the squad. Tomorrow's video, we're going to be going over what we've done, everything. So I hope that can kind of help you when it comes to constructing your team as well. That's kind of my goal with all of this, is helping you kind of navigate and go through everything that there is in the the MUT library. Everything that there is has to do with MUT, so you can kind of build the best team if you don't want to spend a lot of coins. But Jeremy Chinn, being 6'3", phenomenal user. 88 speed, 90 excel, 84 pursuit. So when he is taking those angles to opposing running backs, wide receivers, he's taking really good angles, right? 77 man, 75 zone, not the best there, but the man coverage is decently solid. He does have 85 hit power, so he's going to be hitting some guys, and he's going to be forcing some fumbles. I can tell you he's done that for me. 67 catch. He's not going to be dropping many interceptions for you. I haven't seen Jeremy Chinn drop an interception for me at all so far. He does have 90 jumping, so on those verticals, on those seam routes, if he is, a step or two behind the receiver, he can leap up and pick the ball off. I've done that a few times with Jeremy Chinn for sure. So this is a card you really want to look at getting. Another team builder. He's going for 56K right now. This is a little higher though. This is the only card that's on the auction right now, as we'll take a look. Okay, so another one has been posted, right? So it's 52K. You can get him for about 45K. Trust me, I spend a lot of time in the auction browser, and you can get Jeremy Chinn for about 45K. And if you do see him for that, pick him up. You won't be disappointed. Our final card for the day in the 35 to 55K bracket comes to us in the form of 83 overall middle linebacker Deion Jones. I try to have this card every single year in Madden. It is one of the best users in the game. He's going to get upgrades throughout the entire year, so go ahead and snag his power up as well. Power him up. If you want to even use your power up pass on Deion Jones, wouldn't be a bad idea, to be honest with you. Unless there's some cards that are a little bit more expensive right now that you want to use the power up pass on. That's kind of how you want to finagle that. You want to use the pass on a card that, say for example, Deion Jones is 27K. If there's an 82 to 84 card that's 40K that you want on your roster, use the pass on that, save the coins, then go ahead and buy Deion Jones. But nonetheless, that's not what this is about. Deion Jones, one of the best pass coverage linebackers, one of the best speedy linebackers in the game. Let's take a look at his attributes. He's got 84 speed right now. That can definitely get bumped up to that 85 if you just want to go ahead and power him up. He's an 83 overall, so you're not going to have to use a whole lot of training to power him up. 84 excel, 78 tackle, 80 play rec, 63 block shed, and 80 zone coverage. So the zone coverage is there, the play rec is there. The block shed is not the best, but if you do run a 3-4, which a lot of people will run, or if you want to use big dime, if you want to use nickel 3-3-5, you know, you can have other linebackers that have a little bit better block shed and not really lose a whole lot in that case with Deion Jones. And also, if you want to user him too, you can just kind of be smart with your user and not have to worry about, you know, having to shed blocks. 78 tackle is good. He's not going to miss a lot of tackles for you. He is 6'1", 76 jumps, not the best, but he does have 60 catching, which is pretty solid for a linebacker, so he's going to catch a lot of picks for you. But this guy's just going to make plays. If you don't want to user him and you just want to let the CPU user him, the CPU is going to use him just fine. I mean, just these stats alone, he's going to be able to roam around the middle of the field, kind of lock down, you know, some of the tight ends, going to be able to, you know, get out into the flats very quickly with that 84 speed and 84 excel. Can bumped up to 85 as long as you power him up. As we have seen already, he's going for about 27K. So that auction is now ended. So, but you can pick him up for under that 35K budget. And like we had mentioned previously, now you've got some extra coins you can go and play with and upgrade in another area. So really, these are the players that you want to kind of look to adding to your team. These are the players that are going to give you the most value for your coins right now. Coins are pretty easy to come by right now, just with grinding the MUT levels. That's going to slow down, right? Once you get to the 50 MUT level where I'm at right now, coins are going to be harder and harder to come by, which is why you want to use all of your resources that are available to you to help maximize. And in the case of finding these budget players and utilizing them on your squad, that's one area where you can kind of save additional coins to use for other things. So I hope this video was informative, and I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, leave a like rating if you enjoy the content, and subscribe to the channel and turn the notification bell on to make sure you stay updated with all of my uploads. Tomorrow's video, like I said, is going to be going over our 85 overall no money spin squad, so be sure to tune back into the channel for that. That's going to do it here for me today, guys. I'm ImJslay. I'm signing out today. I'll catch you all on tomorrow's video.